Get the comfy chair!
Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad and the Odd. We're your host, Mark and Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hello there.
And this one, we keep, the last few sort of free choice episodes, we've forgotten to do comfy chair. It's been Christmas and we just forgot, right? So what we thought we'd do is we'd catch up with a comfy chair episode, one-off comfy chair episode, and then go back to the usual after that. So this is a comfy chair episode. It's not particularly, it's not like a roundup of 2024. It's just a comfy chair since we last did them, really. So, shall I start this?
Yeah,
Is that
go ahead.
right? Okay, so my first one is it's one of my odd or bad ones, right?
Yeah.
And this is just straight bad. It's not terrible, but it's not great. I went to see the new film, The Wolfman.
Okay.
That's just come out. Not good. Not good. And I can't quite put my finger on it because the cast was well acted. It was decently moody. But the thing is, I just didn't really like the characters, and the story almost felt more like they'd repurposed a zombie kind of sort of story rather than a Wolfman story.
Okay.
It was more like an infection than a full change, if that makes sense.
Oh, so you'd slowly just turn fully into a wolf instead of...
No, that didn't happen. And I don't want to spoil it too much in case someone wants to see it. But essentially, it felt more like the sort of story you get about zombies or disease than...
I feel like those two
Wolfman.
sort of monsters have a lot of crossover.
There is. But I just felt it didn't really work for me as a Wolfman film. I much prefer the one from 2010, say, the...
Yeah.
Benicio del Toro, was it? I can't remember. That one was kind of fun.
Yeah.
This one... Also, it wasn't fun. It was just grim.
Okay.
It was grim.
Well,
so,
with us having watched like a lot of Wolfman, like the old Wolfmans, they weren't particularly happy films.
No, but there was a
like
sense
that
of
poor
fun.
guy kept getting revived and turned into a wolf every single film.
Talbot, no, I didn't really enjoy this. It just felt honestly, the last half hour, I was debating whether just to leave the cinema. It was like, shall I stay to the end now I'm here? Because I was just bored. Right, I kind of felt like I knew what was going to happen, and I didn't even find the, let's say, somewhat happy ending even that cheerful. Even it was like, okay, I felt like I was going through the back. Thing is, it was almost like I was just bored. Well, I was bored. That was the issue, which was a shame because I went in completely blind. I thought I would go. Let's go in blind. It might work out. And I think the filmmakers made another film I quite like, and I can't remember what it is off the top of my head.
Oh, it's The Witch.
No, it's not Eggers. It's not Eggers. Yeah, so this one, it just, I don't know, man. It just didn't really work for me. I didn't find it that entertaining at all. Apparently, it is kind of a reboot of the 41 Wolfman. I didn't really feel it. They weren't the same names or anything like that. But it is apparently kind of part of the...
Oh no, are they coming back with the Dark Universe?
I don't know. God. I think they've given up on it, but this film was still... I mean, it's a Universal film.
Yeah.
But, it was a low budget. It was very sort of low... You could tell it was a low budget, but still, there was nothing... I can't say it was badly acted or badly made. I can't say that. I just was not entertained. Let's put it that way. It did. I was just bored. That's never good,
apparently this and the Invisible Man film from a few years back.
Okay.
They started off as Dark Universe films.
Yeah.
But when that all fell apart, they just carried on making
films. That's the film I was thinking of, actually. The Invisible Man film was an interesting film. It wasn't
that was
a great
good film.
But it was well made, and I was entertained. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And old Elizabeth, what's her name in it? I've forgotten the actress. She's in The Handmaid's Tale. Elizabeth
Moss.
Yes, she's really good. I haven't seen her in anything since, weirdly, actually. Now I thought of that, apart from Handmaid's Tale. But yeah, I didn't particularly like this one. Anyway, back over to you.
Okay, so my first thing is, well, the product itself is not bad. It's more the only way you can actually experience it is pretty bad. So I've been playing Ape Escape on my PlayStation 5. Now, this game is originally on PS2. So instead of actually just running an emulator of a PlayStation 2 game, it's running an emulator of a PS4, which is running an emulator of a PS2.
Oh dear!
And this results in a lot of technical problems.
Ape Escape's a fun game, though. I do.
Yeah, it is a very fun game, but unfortunately, it's really difficult to play when every single texture is flashing. And changing out randomly, and sometimes characters' faces disappear.
Massive headache.
It's really really disorienting. I was just like, I'm going to try enjoy myself for a little bit. Ape Escape was cheap on sale, bought it, and so.
In my head, it's kind of Spyro kind of era.
That kind. It's a bit past that. But the original Ape Escape was one of the things that brought DualShock sticks into the mainstream because it was the only game that required them at the time.
Okay.
So yeah, that was the big technical push of thumbsticks. So,
yeah, I mean it must be over 20 years old now.
Oh yeah, Ape Escape.
It might even be last millennium. I'm not sure.
The original Ape Escape, almost certainly. Yeah. This was 2002.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So not a good time.
That whole franchise has kind of stopped. I think their last big thing was Ape Escape 3. Apparently there was a PlayStation Move version, which is a motion gaming thing that no one ever got. So
no one ever got.
No one played.
Yeah, fair enough.
No one played Ape Escape Move. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, I'll go on to my next one. This is on the iPlayer. It's a BBC drama series. And I really enjoyed this one. This one's called Ludwig. Have you heard of this?
Yes, you've told me about this.
Okay, David Mitchell as someone who is a bit on the spectrum. He's on the spectrum, right, of some sort. He is also the identical twin to a police detective who has gone missing, and he essentially, to try and find out information about his brother, at the behest of his brother's wife, he goes in pretending to be him, intending just to go into the office and look through files and leave again, right? But unfortunately, he gets then sucked into murder cases, and each episode he kind of gets sucked into a murder case.
Yeah.
But it kind of hooks him because he's his job is setting puzzles. He's a famous puzzle setter, right? Called Ludwig. That's his sort of pen name for puzzle setting. And he basically starts solving murders using logic, or the sorts of things you use when you're doing puzzles, right? And he solves murders super quick because he can work out logical disparities and things like that, or there's sometimes it's lateral thinking, or whatever it is. He's kind of really impressive at murder solving, but then he kind of feels like he has to solve the puzzle. He's kind of driven, it's part of his drive. He's got to solve puzzles, and including his own brother's disappearance, but other puzzles too. And it's kind of him and his brother's wife, who's, I can't remember the actress's name, but she's been in a lot of things. She's really good too. Sort of meandering through this world trying to find out stuff. And it's a 6-parter, and each part's an hour, or just a bit under an hour. And it's a really good series, really solid, good drama series. Perfect vehicle for David Mitchell. Totally works, Yeah. He can totally sell it, and he's not like, you don't think, oh yeah, he's trying to act. He's acting. He's acting well, and it totally works. I mean, he's got a bit of that from when he used to do Mitchell and Webb. It was a sketch show with a lot of acting. So and Peep Show as well. So it's not like he's not new to acting as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed Ludwig. It's very good. On the iPlayer, as I say. Back to you.
Okay, so My next thing is I've been rewatching Star Trek Lower Decks. I don't know why. I just started. Like, I saw a clip of it and I was like, "Oh man, that was fun." Started rewatching it from the start. Finished season 1, and that's a really good show. Like,
It's a great show. It's a great
Yeah.
show. Because I remember when it came out, people said, "No, it's kind of funny if you like Star Trek, but you know, it's not
Yeah.
great." And it's like, no, it's great. And
Yeah.
you'd like it even if you didn't, as long as you're kind of familiar with Star Trek. That's all
Yeah.
you need.
like the more you know about Star Trek, the funnier it
Funnier
becomes.
it
But it already starts off very funny.
I mean, the most hilarious bit to me still is how traumatizing doing any sort of time on Riker's ship is.
Yeah.
Riker's a nightmare of a captain in terms of takes him into all sorts of mad situations. But you never really see that much. You see it a bit, but it is fun. It just makes me laugh. It just does make me laugh. And I have to. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say the Star Trek references do get more like thicker as the series goes on. I do remember far into like season, I think it was in 4. But it's just a bit where they go like, so we passed by the trail of a purple Enterprise from another dimension, who was fighting a clone of Tasha Yar.
Yeah,
I don't know either, and just carries on. It's just like, yeah, sure, there's a purple Enterprise, cool.
Yeah.
We just got to roll with it.
It is a fun show. I have to say, if you get to the end and you want a little bit more, Strange New Worlds has a crossover episode that is really good, really good. So yes,
they get the voice actors to play the characters in live action, and I remember seeing a thing of like they give the Strange New Worlds characters like hallucinogens at the end, so they all sort of turn into Lower Decks designs. So.
I like the fact that it's just the little comments like, why does everyone talk so slow?
Yeah.
When they're in the Strange New Worlds and things like that. And they're all in awe of everyone. It's like almost like a reverse one of any of those ones when they go back in time. You know, it's one of those.
I love the consistency of Star Trek to have Spock be the hot one. Like, because it happens in Deep Space Nine. As well, like when they go back in time and it's like, man, his eyes are really intense. It's like, yeah, Kirk was kind of a ladies' man. No, Spock. Like,
yes.
And then the same thing happens. It's like, I was not ready for how hot Spock was. No.
Yes. It's. I mean, my favourite Star Trek shows at the minute are of the ones that are around now are definitely Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks. Those are way above everything else. Though I have to say, I was really quite enjoyed Picard season 3. It was way better than 1 and 2. But I'm kind of a bit burnt out on the whole Discovery stuff because it's just not fun.
Yeah.
Whereas Strange New Worlds is about as close to Star Trek, original Star Trek, as you can get, other than the Orville. The Orville really captures that spirit as well. I really like the Orville as well. Orville's even moves you, you know? There's stuff in the Orville that's moving, really, literally moving. But Strange New Worlds I really like. Anson Mount as the new as the captain's amazing and stuff like that. And then, of course, we got Spock and stuff in Strange New Worlds. So that's kind of cool. Okay, cool. I mean, Lower Decks.
You got a bit distracted there, but Lower Decks, really good show. It's if you got Amazon Prime, the first 2 seasons are free.
Okay. And I think it's on Paramount too, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it is on Paramount because Paramount owns the Star Trek IP.
Yeah.
So
I've got Paramount, you see. I've got Prime and Paramount, so I get confused with what it's on. Okay, cool. My next one is a movie. I can't remember what year it was. I think it's like 2002, something like that. I'm just having a look. 2002, exactly. Dragons, involving dragons. Reign of Fire.
Oh, okay.
You've seen this, have you?
Yes, yeah.
I mean, it's so testosterone-y. I was watching it again, and I was shocked because I didn't realise one of the characters was who they were. This is so testosterone-y, right? Gerard Butler's in this. Gerard Butler, you know.
Yeah.
Leonidas in 300. How testosterone can you get? He's like a distant third to the old machismo of Christian Bale and Matthew McConaughey in this film.
Yeah.
Going on about fighting dragons and stuff like that. It was it's a fun film. It's a fun film, and I know I think it was done on a budget, but I have to say the dragons look awesome.
They do a lot of, like, if I remember it correctly, they basically keep the dragons hidden in smoke and like clouds.
Yes, and there's a lot of heat haze and stuff like that.
So they play in a lot to a lot of the things that would favour bad CG and done on the cheap sort of thing.
Yeah, directed by Rob Bowman, who did a lot of work on Star Trek, funny enough. And the X-Files. Did some very famous episodes of Star Trek and the X-Files. And apparently Castle too, but I've not watched Castle. So
and the Elektra movie.
I like that movie.
Okay.
I'm one of the few people that like it. Okay, yeah, fair enough. It's not like I'm not gonna die in a fight about it, but it was all right. I thought it was way better than it's usually held to be. This is fun. They're also set in England. Interesting. England's a hellscape in this because the dragons have burnt everything down, right?
What wild distant future could that be?
Yeah.
Hellscape in England.
Yeah. But yeah, I just really enjoyed this film. Matthew McConaughey as Van Sant is completely mental.
Yeah.
But Christian Bale's not a slouch. You know, he's tough, but he's not mad. Whereas Van Sant, which is McConaughey's character, is mad. And as I say, Gerard Butler's in it as the second, you know, the lieutenant of Christian Bale's character, really. And they've just figured out a way to fight dragons, to actually take dragons down.
It's involving a tank, if I remember correctly.
Well, kind of. Well, jumping out of the sky onto the dragons, kind of thing. But they figure out that if they destroy the one male, they might actually reclaim the Earth, right? Yeah. And things like that. Yeah, really, really fun. Really fun. With a little bit of COD, you know, science, like how do they breathe fire? They got these special glands.
Yeah, they've got like I think something that sprays basically poison in there.
Basically got glands that make napalm. That's basically it. Right? A really fun film. Really enjoyed it. Didn't show its age. Didn't feel like, ooh, this is 2002. Do you know what I mean? It was just a fun aggro film. So yeah. Back to you.
Okay, so I'm going from one fantasy to another. I watched the Lord of the Rings movies, extended editions.
Oh, all of them.
Not all in one hit, but over the course of a few days, I watched all three versions. Man, I cannot think all three films. Sorry, I cannot think of a better film to just sit and watch.
No, I mean it doesn't get talked about. I know that a lot of people rate it highly, but they don't rate it highly enough, in my opinion. This is like the best set of movies in decades, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a good set. I mean, I put Dredd higher, but that's because I love Dredd, right? But Lord of the Rings are it's so well written. It's so well realised. I kind of wish that he hadn't done the Hobbit stuff there because it kind of shit the bed compared to this.
A bit. Yeah. But, and it's the thing of, like, even the changes that are there, barring some really silly stuff like the skull, like, waterfall, pretty much all the changes are warranted. I know that's probably, like, going to cause some annoyance with people, but, like, it's just better. It's just kind of better in places. The only thing I really miss is all the singing from the books.
Yeah. Well, and there's also the whole Bombadil thing, isn't it?
Yeah, Bombadil is fun, but not clearly. It's not necessary.
It's not needed. Yeah.
The Scouring of the Shire, again, fun, but also I don't want to hear about how, like, Saruman forced Grimace to eat a hobbit. I did a reread. Yep, that's a thing in there. But yeah, I think I'm going to get beheaded for this. I think I might prefer the film to the book.
Okay, that's all right. I mean, that's okay. They're different mediums, aren't they? I think the films are so exceptionally good. They do the book credit, right? They don't they're not obviously inferior to the book in any way. I don't think they just. I mean, they changed some of the order in a few things, but who cares, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're on separate
And,
timelines, separate
the-
tracks anyway. So who cares, right?
Yeah,
It doesn't
the
really matter.
chronology of it, if they changed it to the better. Like,
Yeah.
while it is a good thing in the book of like the encounter with Shelob being at the end of Two Towers,
Yeah,
because of the way it is, you don't find out Frodo's still alive until another book later.
yeah.
But it just wouldn't have worked for this in this format.
No,
So-
no, I agree. The bigger, you know what? When I think back on the extended editions, the real big one for me was the proper ending for Saruman.
Yes.
I think that really. I prefer the extended, but
Yeah.
only because I love this world so much, and the extended versions don't detract at all. I'm perfectly happy with the originals as well, but if
Yeah.
given a choice, I would pick the extended. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay.
That's cool. Right. My next one is another film that came out recently. I'm going to do a two for here. I'm talking about two films really.
Yeah.
Went to see Nosferatu, the 2024 Nosferatu. This I liked it. It wasn't
Yeah.
scary. It wasn't scary.
Okay.
Now, if you want scary, you go back to the 1922 shit your pants Nosferatu, right?
okay.
Because
Yeah.
Max Schreck is terrified in that one. This one, they had a slightly different take, and they basically expanded the story of Ellen, right?
Yeah.
It's much more. I'm
Yeah.
gonna try and avoid spoilers.
Yeah, I've not seen it yet. So.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try and avoid spoilers, but they basically added a whole extra layer of story of the interaction between Nosferatu and Ellen, where in the original film it's almost just at the end stuff happens between them. But I enjoyed it, and I think it's a good film. It's not my favourite Eggers film. I still think The Witch is better, and I probably think The Lighthouse is better. But I did quite like this. And I have to say, Lily Rose Depp's performance was absolutely fantastic.
Okay.
In fact, all of the performance was really good. Old Skarsgård as Orlok was good. William Dafoe as the Van Helsing clone was really good.
Yeah.
Nicholas Hoult as Hutter was excellent. He sold the terror. The only bit you felt tense was his reactions, right?
Yeah.
It was him selling the terror rather than us as viewers getting the terror. Because Nosferatu himself is kind of in shadows a lot at the beginning, so you don't really get a glimpse of him. But he is kind of scary to Hutter, which is, Jonathan Archer, really.
Sure.
But in this, it's Hutter.
Okay.
Yeah. And Nicholas Holt's really good. And it's funny because he played Renfield in the recent Renfield
Yeah.
movie. It's funny. He's also in this. But yeah, a great performance from Nicholas Hoult as well. But it wasn't scary. That was the problem. Now, the other film I wanted to... Yeah, but a recommend, and a big recommend. Good one to see at the cinema. Quite a long film, 2 hours 20, I think.
Yeah.
I also decided I was going to watch the other story involving Max Schreck, the other movie, and I don't mean the 1979 one. We have covered that, obviously, which is a film from 2000 called Shadow of the Vampire, which has William Dafoe again, this time playing Max Schreck, stroke Count Orlok, and it's basically a dramatized version of the making of the original film, but the premise is Murnau, the director, went and found a real vampire and recruited him to be Count Orlok.
Okay.
So William Dafoe is basically this character. William Dafoe is shit your pants scary in this, in places.
Yeah.
And it's kind of plays it in a really interesting way because it's kind of half pathetic and half scary. Like, he whines about stuff. But there's some really fun stuff. Udo Kier's in it, who did play Dracula in the 70s as well. Udo Kier's in it, a German actor. And it's funny because he plays part of the sort of, like, the producers of the film, who's there on set, sort of keeping an eye on Murnau, right? So he doesn't spend too much money because Murnau's a perfectionist.
So I just had a picture of Count Orlok in this. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, and the weird thing is, he goes from weedy, like pathetic, like Weasley kind of character being proper scary when he turns it on, And that's all in Defoe's performance. You have to see it to see what I mean. But there's some funny stuff in it. Like, for example, they think he's just a method actor because that's what Murnau's. And at one point, these producers are drinking and a bit drunk, and they're sitting talking with him, and they're saying, yeah, it's, come join us. And they give him some schnapps, and he drinks schnapps, and he's kind of moaning away about Dracula. He says, have you read Dracula? He goes, yeah, man now gave me the book. He goes, didn't like it. He goes, what was wrong with it? He goes, it made me sad. He goes, why? He goes, that poor aristocrat being forced to be a servant because he sympathises with Dracula, basically. And he's like, and at one point, he grabs a bat as it flies past, bites its head off and drinks its blood.
Yeah.
And the producers look at each other and go, so dedicated to the role. He's a lost. They think he's acting, and it goes on a bit like that. And you know, there's some really silly arguments. Carrie Elwes turns up in this, which is a surprise as well. Things like that. Yeah, it's a really fun film, Shadow of the Empire. I really enjoyed watching it, and it looks lovely. It's well worth seeing. Back to you.
Okay, so my next couple of video games. Kind of absent of story. So, the first of these two is Helldivers 2. Got back into that because they recently had a big update, added a third enemy faction. Now, this is the game that's basically Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
And you just constantly dropping into the middle of, like, very heavy combat to do objectives.
Oh, it's mad, isn't it? It's mad.
Mad. It's intense. And they've added a lot of stuff since I last played almost a year ago. Now there's mechs that you can pilot and vehicles, and as I say, a third enemy faction. Yeah. Now the game is like 90% in the gameplay. The story is that all that I've told you. You are just fighting an endless war on 3 fronts now.
Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of it. The fun comes in messing about with the various things. It's in calling down a turret that's got a chain gun on it, and that chain gun cutting you in half, trying to shoot the bugs behind you. It's in like calling down an orbital barrage, and just because of the angle that the ships are at, it shoots the mountain that you're stood on instead of the robots that are trying to shoot up the hill at you.
Okay.
That sort of thing.
You can mess yourself up badly.
Yeah, it's the comedy of everything, because friendly fire is always on and always destructive.
Oh, God, if friendly fire's always on, you're getting shot all the time because your teammates are just randomly... it's all spray and pray, a lot of it.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Wow.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah. Helldivers. Yeah, I played it a bit, but I just couldn't really get
you can get into it. That is a shame. I think you'd really like it if you were able
to. But the thing is, the PC version just wouldn't work. The buttons weren't working right?
Yeah,
so
I rebound most of my controls straight away. So.
Yeah. But I bought it on PS5 after that. I thought, well, it should work on a PS5. And it did work, but I just... It's like, okay, it's all right. And it's weird because I like repetitive stuff. I really do usually. And I don't understand why I didn't like it. I think it's just that other games distracted me. I think that's what it is. Okay, Helldivers 2. Well, that's for you on the PC, right?
Yeah. I play it on PC, but it is also, as you said, available on PS5.
PS5 and Xbox and so on. Right, okay. My last one is a movie that I had absolutely no inkling about, but I am working through like old, Joe Bob Briggs does The Last Drive-In. Do you know that? He does a show called The Last Drive-In on it's on Prime. It's a big thing in America, not so much here, but I quite like it because he talks about the movies and the background and stuff like that. And I'm kind of walking through his back catalogue and stuff. And he covered a film called Freeway. Have you ever heard of a film called Freeway?
Oh. Right,
it's from 1996, and I wasn't expecting much, but man, it was good, right? It's from 1996, and basically it starts off like almost like a kitchen sink drama, but in America. Reese Witherspoon, who's really young in it, right?
Okay.
Is basically poor white trash kind of girl,
Okay.
But she's smart, but for example, she can't read and write. It starts with her in a class trying to, learning some of the letters and words. So you kind of know that. Now, the whole premise of the film, and again, I didn't know this going in, and when I was watching this, hold on. In fact, Joe Bob mentions it, so I knew it from that. it's basically a modern version of Little Red Riding Hood. Right?
Okay.
She has an awful mother, an abusive stepfather, and essentially she's trying to get to her granny's house because her mum's been arrested for prostitution. And so she's just got to get away from her stepfather. But she gets picked up by someone who's very friendly, called Bob, who seems very friendly and understanding, played by Kiefer Sutherland, who's like saying, let's talk about your problems. Turns out he's a serial killer. And she works it out. And basically, it's kind of a cat and mouse game across country with these two. And I tell you, the acting and the dialogue are really good. There's a good 15-minute block in the middle of the film where it's just them two sitting in a car talking. And it totally engages you. That's how good and I have to say, Reese Witherspoon, I've never seen her better. I think she's a decent actress. I don't love her. I think she's okay. But in this is my favourite performance by Reese Witherspoon. Now I've seen this film. And Kiefer Sutherland is a really horrible role. He's a horrible human being. And Kiefer Sutherland is doing it. And apparently he was umming and ahhing about it, but Oliver Stone, who's a fairly macho producer, was going, no, you haven't got the balls to do this role. You can't do it and all this. And in the end, Kiefer Sutherland, I can fucking do it, you know. And then he realised once he's in it, it's like, oh, I got played there. Yeah. But yeah, a really good film. Really high recommend for me. I'd give it like a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
And I've never heard of it. So it's kind of a pleasure to find a film like that.
About it completely.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my last thing. So back to you.
Okay, so my final thing is a new game that's just recently come out. It's a 6v6 team shooter based on Marvel Comics. It's called Marvel Rivals. You might have heard of it. It's kind of doing the rounds a bit.
Didn't know about it. Never looked at it.
Basically, it's 6 players versus 6 players doing an objective of the match, whether that's capturing a point, escorting something.
Oh, a bit like COD or something.
Yeah, kind of. Except you're playing as the different Marvel characters, and they each have different skill sets.
Okay, tell us what your favourite character.
So my current favourite one is Loki, because is actually a healing character.
Really?
So you create illusions that you can then teleport to, if needs be, swapping out where you were as an illusion, and you can snap your fingers and all your illusions gain like a healing bubble around them.
Okay.
So if you space them out right, they can heal a lot of things. Wolverine's also very fun. He's got a whole thing where the more damage you cause, the more damage you will cause. Like it builds up a rage meter. And eventually he goes kind of feral.
Goes mental,
Venom's also pretty fun.
Oh my god, these are so OP, all these characters.
Yeah. Oh no,
but everyone's got OP characters.
The premise is that the multiverse has kind of imploded, so everyone's like, there's loads of different versions of every single character in this sort of fight. There's heroes and villains on both sides.
Oh god. Who's going to be left behind?
As much as I said, Wolverine's there. Mr. Fantastic is there. Spider-Man's there. Magneto's there. Doctor Doom was apparently one of the major villains in the pre-release version.
Okay.
You can play as Adam Warlock, who's basically Marvel Jesus.
Yes.
And can bring people back from the dead.
Yeah. Is Doc Ock in it or anything like that?
Not yet.
So okay,
but again, I think they said something like they're adding a new character every month and a half, and they've already added Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman, and they're going to be adding the rest of the Fantastic Four
I think I'm going to have to try this. Is it free or is it?
Yeah, it's free.
It's free.
It's free, but there's a lot of really good cosmetics that will kind of encourage you to buy battle passes and such.
Well, yeah, if you're going to have a really nice Spider-Man suit or something, you're going to, aren't you? I suppose. Yeah. or Thor hammer or something. I don't know. So Spider-Man in it.
Yeah, Spider-Man is in it.
You do get
you limit the swings, but you can swing about. So you kind of split into 3 categories. So there's Vanguards, which is your tankier characters. They're strong. They take a lot of damage. They basically sit in the enemy lines causing
It's
problems.
Hulk in
it. You can play as Hulk. God. If Hulk dies, he turns back into Banner, and you can run away with a pistol. But if you stay alive for long enough, guess what? You're back as Hulk
Oh, of course
straight
you are.
away.
Yeah.
You can also Groot's in it, and so is Rocket Raccoon, and Groot can even put Rocket Raccoon on his shoulder.
Oh, amazing.
And there's also like weird ones. Like, do you know who Magic is? Do you know who Squirrel
No.
Girl is? Like,
No.
they're in there.
I do know some obscure Marvel characters, but no,
Yeah.
those are beyond me.
It's like Jeff the Land Shark is in there. And, like,
Okay, I don't know that one. My
it's
favourite
a
obscure
quadrupedal
Marvel
shark.
character, I have to tell you, my favourite obscure Marvel character is Gabriel Deverhunter. That's my favourite.
yeah, you've mentioned him before.
Have I?
He only
yeah.
appears in like 3 or 4 comics or something like that.
The last few are shit, but the few that he's not shit are just the best. Absolutely the best.
One I kind of want them to do is that I found out about this character called Flexo, the rubber robot, who's from
Okay.
like the 30s or 40s. And his whole premise was like, so 2 guys found this weird alien thing, like this substance in a crater. So they went and they made a robot out of it. And he just kind of fights crime at their direction.
I have to tell you, as soon as we finish recording, I'm going to go watch gameplay of this while I download it.
It is fun. It is fun. But yeah, so this Flexo guy. So years and years later, there's the whole symbiote thing comes around, where a strange alien substance from outer space kills people. And then it came to a point, I think it was about 10 or 5 or 10 years ago. So I was like, hey, we've got this race of aliens that are strangely rubber-like creatures, and we've got this old prophecy of a robot made out of a strange alien rubber.
Right.
Yeah, so it turns out Flexo was actually a symbiote that some people turned into a robot.
Right. Oh, okay. So it's a symbiote. Right. Okay.
That's what I want to
Oh, my
appear in it.
goodness. I'm racking my brains now to think of the bizarre or the Marvel characters I'd most like to see. Is Punisher in it?
Yeah, Punisher's in it.
No.
So just to quickly rattle off, so in our tanky class, so these are the guys that like tough out damage. We got Hulk, Captain America, Doctor Strange, Groot, Magneto, Penny Parker, you know, the girl with the robot from Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Thor and Venom.
I was going to say, where's Thor? But you said
Yeah,
it.
Thor's in the tough ones. We got our strategists, which are healers. So you got Adam Warlock, Cloak and Dagger, the Invisible Woman, Jeff the Land Shark, Loki, Mantis, and Rocket Raccoon, and also a character that's apparently from like a Marvel video game called Luna Snow. Like she first appeared in.
I've heard of that. I've heard of that one. I don't know where, but I've heard of it. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, and then in our like regular sort of combat characters, we got Black Panther, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Hela, Iron Fist. I'm literally reading off Wikipedia now. Iron Fist, Iron Man, Magic, Mr. Fantastic, Moon Knight, Namor, Psylocke, Punisher, Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, Squirrel Girl, Star-Lord, Storm, Winter Soldier, and Wolverine.
Okay.
That's what they are.
I mean, there's a lot
they
there
are
I'd
going
like
to be
to
adding
try.
Human Torch.
So when you start a game, you pick one and you're that, right?
You don't have to stay that. You can swap out. Because sometimes the team dynamics might need more healers. It might need more defensive. It might need everyone to just pile into.
I mean, if you play the game long enough, you're going to try all of them, aren't you? Let's face it. Hela sounds like might be a lot of fun as well. Okay, cool.
And there's a lot of like
some
of the skins are like alternate versions of the characters. So I know you can get the anti-Venom skin for Venom, and a couple of the evil versions of Reed Richards for Mr. Fantastic.
Presumably they're bringing Carnage at some point too. Right?
Oh yeah, most likely.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool.
One of the like, because all the sort of maps have a weird story. One of them is on the symbiote homeworld, so most likely there will be.
That's mad. Okay, what's this on? PC?
It's on PC. It's on pretty much everything, really.
It's on everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds great. It's on PS5. It's on computer. It's on Xbox. It's a free to play hero shooter.
Yeah, I don't know how this isn't on my radar. I'm glad you brought it up. So I'll certainly give this a look. That's kind of cool. All right then. So I think that about winds it up, right?
Yeah.
So that's our one-off comfy share. We'll be back to regular service next time. Which just Christmas has been kind of, we've been busy.
Yeah, it's been hectic.
And I know we haven't put out many shows, but don't worry, we're back to normal now.
Yeah, we're back to regular.
All right then. So bye from me.
Bye.